Cooking a burger at Chili's used to look like this. 5 minutes of smashing, flipping, and waiting. Now it looks like this. The patty grilling on both sides at the same time. It takes just 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go from order to plate. And Chili's needs those 3 minutes to translate to bigger sales. It's just one of the many changes that might seem unnecessary, even pointless. But they could save the company at least $6.5 million every year. Here's how Chili's is pivoting its kitchens to focus on speed, and why it thinks fixing inefficiencies will bring back customers.
They were once a real category leader in casual dining. That space now is very crowded. There's a lot of other kind of casual dining chains out there.
So the chain tried to attract younger customers by filling the menu with more options. But
a big menu is really hard to manage. You have to keep a lot of ingredients in your kitchens. You have to train your workers.
So the restaurant reduced the menu by almost 20%, going from 92 items to 73. The company says it saved millions by having fewer ingredients.
What are the menu items that are either duplicative on the menu or don't really sell and create a lot of prep steps for the kitchen? And so we've eliminated a lot of those.
Take this fried chicken, for example. There used to be 2 types of chicken crispers on the menu, and cooks had to individually coat and fry every chicken piece to order. So to make the station more efficient, the restaurant got rid of tempura breaded chicken. Now the chicken can be tossed in just one type of breading in bulk, up to 30 pieces at a time. The company says that saves 10% of workers' time.
That is a huge amount of not just time savings, but more importantly, it allows you to sell a whole lot more crispers during a very tight window of time during service.
And the restaurant hopes faster service means more repeat diners. But not everyone is happy about the menu changes.
The original chicken crispers have been my order for my entire life. 26 years of tradition, and you just take it away? Like it means nothing?
There is a certain nostalgia for the food that's been on their menu. You know, losing a favorite menu item really might be devastating, and they might not want to go back.
The company acknowledges that cutting down the menu could drive away some customers, but it says it's worth the risk.
We're actually selling more crispers now with 1 breading than we did with 2 breading because they're coming out more consistent and hotter and fresher.
And it's not just the menu. The chain is saving even more kitchen time by getting rid of tasks entirely. Chili's says workers used to spend at least an hour every day counting and bagging this shrimp to be used throughout service.
In theory, it could be a whole lot faster to be able to grab that bag. The reality is it's not any faster, and that's just essentially wasting time during prep that could be spent on other things to make the food even better.
So now, workers just pack the shrimp after prep by eyeballing it. They only portion the shrimp when they need to cook it. According to the company, that shrimp bagging chore was costing it $6 million annually across its 1,100 restaurants. And though the chain says it's saving time and money with fewer tasks, it's not cutting jobs as a result.
They're not actually cutting that money from their budget. That is some of the money they're using to reinvest into, bringing on more staff hours, to helping, with the service level. But that is meaningful. I mean, that is millions of dollars.
And it's not just the shrimp bagging getting the axe. The company has also stopped serving fries in baskets it says workers were washing 40 million times a year. That's an estimated $430,000 in annual savings from not buying them, according to the company. Chili's is also buying smaller pickle jars. The company says the old ones were a pain to open and portion out. Now, it's as easy as unscrewing the top. The company says that alone will save it $500,000 annually. The tasks and changes might appear small, but
that does add up when you're talking about over 1,000 restaurants all over the country.
Beyond trimming menus and chores, the company is looking to make kitchens faster overall. It's invested in testing new equipment, like that grill from earlier, that can sell for around $38,000. Workers don't have to worry about watching the food while it cooks. And more food can be prepared with less time.
This is expensive. It's not cheap to get these new grills or these ovens. This is a really big investment, but it seems that Chili's is taking this bet because they do think it will pay off.
That section of the kitchen has gone from being the hardest part of the kitchen to run to actually being the easiest part of the kitchen.
But the company says that installing the equipment will be slow. The new equipment is in just 67 of the chain's more than 1,000 restaurants.
It's going to take years to roll out between both building equipment, assessing our restaurants on where to install the equipment and getting the equipment installed.
The company says that focusing on efficiency also makes workers' jobs easier as the chain grapples with labor shortages and inflation.
What we're finding is ticket times are going down, food scores are going up, but most importantly, team members are finding it really easy to serve the guests very quickly, and that's exciting because we know if we can improve speed of service, that's going to lead to sales growth.
Quarterly profits exceeded expectations. Customer traffic is still down, partly because of the pandemic, though it has been improving. And Chili's has been lagging in sales compared to some of its rivals, like Applebee's and Texas Roadhouse. Other competitors are looking to improve kitchen efficiency and customer value too.
Some of these vintage legacy casual dining chains realize they have to change. They have to make sure they're delivering for guests in a way that keeps them coming. And one of the most important part of that is to have good service.
And for Chili's, good service hinges on workers being able to do their jobs well.
As long as we stay focused on those things, we're going to continue to see both improvements in metrics with customers as well as sustainable sales growth.